Welcome, Lifestyle family, to another episode of the Out There podcast. Happy New Year! Welcome to the year 2025. Wow, 25 years after the Y2K. Everybody's still surviving.
Yes.
Yeah. So today with me again, we have Sonia and we have Cici.
You can't see me, but I can see you.
Hello, guys.
So
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So we took a sort of like hiatus last month after our Parabex because Sonia went for a family trip. So we follow up with the earlier episode this month in the month of January. Yeah.
Yeah, we completely skipped December, right? Because
Yes.
it wasn't just my family trip, but we had gone to Annapurna as well, and
Yes.
so many back-to-back trips. There was just no way of slotting in a session to record.
This is okay lah. I mean, we conserve energy. We gather all our misadventures, our adventures, then we share with the viewers. Yeah.
Yes, more content for everyone.
More content for everyone. So before we start, what New Year resolution you guys have for this year? Cici? Scaling new mountains, new adventures.
Yeah, I think more mountains in the coming months. To get fit.
Well, very fit already. but we will talk about your Annapurna adventure later. Yeah, maybe you can tell us what are the difficulties you face lah. Because it seems to us that you did face a few difficulty during the trip itself. And yeah, but it's part and parcel of learning through the trails and everything. How about you, Sonia? What's up in 2025?
More trips. So many trips to plan. Even while I'm on the move, I'm planning. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see. They see the pictures. They see, some of the tips and tricks that I leave, or they see all that. But what they don't know is behind the scenes. There's a great deal of planning. And even while I'm on holiday, I'm still arranging things. I'm still making plans. Because 2025, there's so much to look forward to. And you were talking about resolutions earlier.
Yeah.
Cici has a great resolution, and that's to be fit, fit for 2025's adventures. My resolution might be a little bit different. I turned 50 this year. So, my resolution, 50 years young.
Yeah.
50 years young. And my resolution actually is, I have a few things that I want to do before my birthday. Some of the bigger things that I want to achieve, because 50 is pretty much halfway, right? In a place like Singapore, first world country, we are developed. Our life expectancy is quite long.
Yes.
Many of our citizens live way past the 80s. We have excellent healthcare, great nutrition. So I'm going to say that 50 is the new middle age.
Yeah.
It's just a number.
Yeah. Actually, looking at the retirees in Singapore, right? Looking at my own parents' example, and also a lot of our previous generation, they slog the whole time. Then they thought, I want to do a lot of things. I want to travel. I want to go on a lot of adventures when they retire. But actually, I think it's a bit of a wrong concept, because by that age, you might not be that physically fit, I feel. So
Yeah.
actually, for me now, it's like from what we guys are, the wanderers are doing when you all bring people to all these trails and hikes and mountain climbing. I think you should do when you're a bit younger. If you can spare the time, you don't wait until you retire, that kind of thing. I feel like personally, I felt that way.
I think that's a good a good attitude to take towards it, right? If you can manage it in small doses throughout, you
Yes,
don't have to wait because you know what? There is no guarantee that you even get to that point.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
So,
And also, we don't know what happened. Global warming is real. So, like
yeah,
places like Venice and some other big cities, they are not the same. Maybe a few years later when you go back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for, it's like my advice to anyone would be don't wait. If
Yes.
you have something that you'd like to do,
Mm.
then go do it. Even
Yes.
yeah, I know that everyone has got different factors, different commitments and stuff, and not
Mm.
everybody has
Yeah.
the luxury of doing
If you
what we do,
can't
I guess.
go for a big one, maybe go for
Go for the small ones.
go for the intermediary one. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys.
but to me, if you don't have the motivation, things won't happen.
No, yeah, yeah,
You
but
need motivation. You need to push yourself.
correct. But it's like when we talk when I went for the walks with you guys and also some of the participants on weekends, I can hear them. They're like, oh, I have planned for doing this, for doing that, and I mean, these are the active people who are actually planning to do it. So there's a lot of people out there who also had that kind of plan, but they
Mm.
are procrastinating. They are thinking, okay lah. I mean, if you have kids, you have family, it will be never ending lah. Your kids will go through various stages. But if you
Yeah.
can take some time off to do a little bit of what you wish to do for yourself, I think it's very important as well. Yeah.
Well, but we're Asians. We have this mentality of sacrifice, right? We
Yes.
we always say our parents sacrificed for us. We grow up in that environment. So
Mm-hmm.
we naturally take on the same. It's like, oh, sacrifice is part and parcel of parenthood, is part
Mm.
and parcel of being a child ourselves to our
Yeah.
parents. So we always say, never mind our needs, we put on the back burner. We slog first. We slog for the children. We slog for our parents. We slog for everybody
Yeah.
else except our
Ourselves.
happiness and
Yeah.
ourselves. And then that can become resentment, unfortunately. In many cases, I see that because I mix around a lot. I have a lot of participants, and those that just recently started doing things for themselves, you
Mm-hmm.
end up hearing that. And, even my own story. So, yeah, don't wait if you
Don't.
if
Yeah.
you want to do something. But like what Cici said, you have to push yourself.
Motivate.
If you don't have that motivation, you'll never get started.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. It's like doing exercise also lah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You said it's like sometimes like, wow, I can spare myself from that 30 minutes of exercise, but if you don't do it, you will never do it. That's
Yeah.
yeah. You got to push yourself to do it.
Speaking
But
of pushing
uh,
ourselves, yesterday Cici and I went for CrossFit.
uh,
And I was
Yeah.
telling him, I said, I am feeling a bit lazy to go. He was like,
yeah,
no, you have to be disciplined. We
yeah.
have to go. That is my New Year resolution. I was like, okay, come, let's go,
I
let's go.
okay. Let's publicize the CrossFit that Loka and her friend are
Yeah.
doing at
Yeah,
Circuit Road, right? I think that's a very good uh, kind of opportunity for people to come together to do exercise together. I think
yeah,
it's everybody motivating each other. Yeah. So this is also one of the activities is inside our Telegram group. So
Mm-mm.
I will share once again in this video. Please come and join us. We really have a myriad of activities that we do, not just Parabex, not just
Yep.
mountain climbing, not just nature trail, which is it's like three activities itself. There's so many different ones. We have
there's,
CrossFit. Yeah,
yeah,
we
there's an
have
entire host of
yes.
events that people can choose from. It's like even if you're just a beginner, we have so many types of walks locally.
Mm,
Don't say overseas. Overseas is for the intermediate ones. But you can come train with us. We've got training programs locally, then we have training
mm,
programs overseas. We
overseas.
also have the overseas trips, and within the overseas trips, you have the spiritual ones. You've
Mm,
got Parabex, then you have got the climbs and treks. So
mm,
many different types, and all of
mm.
that is listed in the Telegram group. What is the
Correct.
Telegram
Yeah.
group called?
The
The
Wanderers
the
Walkers.
Wanderers. Or is it Wanderers Walks? I don't know.
Because recently we take away the weekend, right?
Yeah,
Because
because no
now
more just on weekend, ma. We wander all the time. So should we change the name to Wandering All the Time?
What?
the
What?
Wondering all the
there's
time.
no
What?
there's no another word from W that means all the time. Let me think
What?
about
Not
it.
WAT. Wandering all the time.
The time.
WATT.
Wondering all
Yeah,
the time.
what?
What? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and you guys have also brought young children for little mini nature hikes also. So
Oh,
Yeah.
those
yes.
parents who are interested to introduce their children for mini nature hikes to I was
I think it's not only a mini hiker, a mini
hmm,
nature hike. It's more to, what do you call it, Sonia? You learn more about
yeah,
science.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
So what people do is we can tailor any sort of program for children. I have the Young Naturalist program.
Mm,
There's a
mm,
creative writing program that takes place outdoors as well.
mm,
And then we also have this one that we did,
mm,
the Young Explorer. So basically, if you have a group of children, a minimum of say four, with or without their parents, you can leave the kids with us. It is a 2 to 4 hour program, depending on what the program is and
mm,
what we can tailor it to. They learn things like batoning, and that is how to split wood. Okay,
mm.
and with that, we teach them how to handle a parang, for
Oh,
instance. Okay,
oh. Mm,
then there's also fire starting, allowing
mm,
them
mm.
a fire starting experience. And then, of course, in that I also teach the fire triangle. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
the offerings, right? We can do a lot,
It's
but with this is with possible with children. It's also possible with adults, but kids
or
have
could be
the
a
best
parent
time.
and child
Oh yeah,
time
bonding,
together. Yeah,
sure, yes.
yeah.
If you have a group of four and this is something that you wish to explore, just reach out, talk to either Cici or myself, and we would gladly have a consultation and curate an experience for you. It can even be an outdoor cooking experience.
mhm.
So
Mm,
all
yeah,
sorts, all
yeah, yeah.
sorts.
I
Right?
think
Looked interesting, right? You saw it on my Facebook.
all right, all right. Next time I will bring my kids away from
Oh
their tablets
yes.
and whatever,
Yeah.
get
Now
some.
children learn best when their
I mean,
senses are
they
engaged.
will be reluctant at first, but once you
Yes.
introduce them to that kind of environment, it will be
Yeah.
something enthralling for them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Right or
Yeah.
not, Chichi, when we first brought that bunch of kids,
Yeah,
remember the children were saying,
what I notice is that they doesn't even want to look at their phone. They are more into forest.
Yeah.
They are more into want to know what is battening, how to do the fire.
All right, good.
So it's
Oh.
kind of good things for the children.
Because the
yeah,
environment is not is a something fresh for them. They don't
Yeah.
come into this environment on a daily basis. Yeah.
that's right. So
Yeah.
as you know, within this first 10, 15 minutes of our conversation,
Mm.
you can already tell how many different things we do. Then, of course, Parabex as well.
Yes.
And why I
Yeah.
bring up Parabex? Because we got one coming up.
Yes, we will talk about that later. But before that, in the month of December, we went up north to Kuala Lumpur,
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, the
West
capital.
Malaysia. Yes. So even before we start on the place that we went to do the Parabex, let's Chichi and Sonia, please tell us you all have a little misadventure the day before, because this was a backup plan, right? The original plan wasn't supposed to be this place. Without mentioning name, maybe you all can tell us what happened the day before when you tried, which is luckily you all did the recce even before we went out. Yeah.
Sonia, I think been there before, so
Mm.
she can tell you more how during the time that she went and now. I think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before we speak about the recce that we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So yes, I have been to this place prior, but maybe about 2 years ago.
Oh.
So okay, so the nature of urbex is a very Wait, I need to throw something at these cats of mine now.
Oh,
Stop. So they're having a standoff. They're staring at each other and they're ready to fight. Okay, but one back down. So anyway, I've been to this place, but it was some time ago. Now, the very nature of urbex is an uncertain one because you cannot tell how progress has reached those destinations. Number one, we don't know the surrounding circumstances, whether it has changed in that last 2 years. And many times it can change. So what we do normally before we bring people is we perform a reconnaissance, right? We go down to the ground and just ensure that it is safe. For us, we have a different set of protocols when it comes to these things. However, when you bring people with you, that changes everything. So, yes, I've been to the place, but I also know a long time has passed. So we went down a little bit earlier just to scope the place out. And I'm so glad we did.
Yes.
So glad.
If not, you like the participants will be unaware of what it's like. Yeah. You go there, then
Yeah.
let's without mentioning the location, maybe what happened to you guys when you went to recon at this location. So there are
I think
many.
the place itself is being not say cordon off, like it's being taken care by some security company. It's not only on one lane. There's a certain lane which is being guarded also.
Oh, so at multiple checkpoint there are security guards there.
And this partner of mine just went through.
And the security guard asked you what happened. Yeah.
Okay, come, let's go. When I go
No,
in, I got stopped by the guard itself, asking me where I'm going. Then,
yeah. I didn't get stopped.
yeah, she didn't get stopped. She went in.
Because you're smaller and you're faster, so
No, that was it.
So when I went in, the guard itself asked me, so brother, where are you going? I said, no, my friend inside. Okay, call him. What's his unit number? Then I tell him, okay, I will call him. Then I like pretending calling, but I'm calling
Sonia.
this one.
Yeah.
Then after talking to her, she told me that we unable to enter, right? You told me that we unable to enter the place. Then I told the guy, oh no, my friend asked me to wait for me outside. Asked me to wait for him outside.
Right.
So I just walk away from the guard lah. And I think after a few minutes, some proper security came in. Am I right?
Oh, provost.
Yeah. By proper security, we mean the police were patrolling the area.
Yeah.
So when we got there on the ground, and I noticed that there were several changes to the place. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I already noticed that there were several changes to the place from the last time I was there, but we always test perimeters, right? Yeah. And I just walked right through the guard post, and he didn't stop me. He didn't ask me anything, but that's also probably because of the way I walk and maybe the way I behave. I just go. I don't look left, don't look right. I just go. So very seldom do I get stopped. So he didn't stop me, and I made it through. But I also knew that Cici was behind me. He may not have the easiest time getting through. So when I got to the other side, I waited, and then true enough, Cici called, and I told him, no, forget it, because every single lane that led towards this area that I was trying to get to had a barrier and a guard. So then I was contemplating, okay, do I do what I normally do, which is talk to them and try and broker some sort of a deal? And Cici said the same thing. Should we, talk to them? And I went, no, I think this one will be very difficult, just simply because it was so tight. Security was damn tight.
Yeah,
if you have every entry point had a barrier and a guard, I was like, okay, no, this is not going to work.
So
And then,
from the way that the guard asked Cici, which unit your friend is, it means business,
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like if you don't know anybody that lived in that area and you didn't have a unit number, they wouldn't let you in, and they would probably call
the police.
the unit first to verify you have a visitor. So and so is coming to your house, and if that other party had said no, I don't, then get into trouble for nothing, right?
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
doing their job,
So
lah. They're doing their
I
job.
don't blame them. I don't blame them for doing their job. I'm just saying that, we couldn't get in. So I was already on the inside. He is on the outside. I told him, he said, you wait for me where we got dropped off. I will find my own way out.
Mm,
I mean, that's not a problem. But I found my own way out, and I didn't have to go back past the guard. So the guard never saw me again. And when I met him, I said, okay, this is not going to work.
feasible, yeah.
And so at that very moment, we decided
plan.
we're changing locations.
So we went to another location, which previously I shared videos. We actually explained. I also did a live stream. Like this
Yes.
place was supposed to be a housing development residential
That's right.
area, big plot of land.
It was going to be a township. That's how
Yeah.
big it was. It's going to be 1,000 homes in and on that plot.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be near the new airport.
Correct.
New international airport for KL. Then they
That's
changed.
right. They changed the location of the airport.
I
And of
mean,
course,
seriously, how can you build halfway, then you say, oh, change.
no, but they didn't build. They didn't even start building. The developers had come in on rumors
Oh,
that
rumors.
that the airport was going to be built in that area. So they quickly started buying up land and started proposing to build. But if that is all built on hearsay and rumors, there are no guarantees that the airport was going to be built there in the first place.
Which is quite risky, yeah.
Very risky.
Yeah.
Very
But then
risky.
it's like maybe the land was cheaper lah, maybe than when they acquired it.
It was because there were homes going for just 50,000 RM.
Yeah.
50,000. Wow.
How much is that?
That was, how many years ago was that?
20 years ago?
2003 or something like that? 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow. 50,000 ringgit.
Yeah, but I have to thank Cici because, he does a lot of research. So he
Yeah.
was like, okay,
Yeah.
this we will pivot, and instead of this place that we couldn't get into, we will check this one
Now,
out. It's just
for
that.
me, to do a back kind of thing, you need a backup plan.
Backup plan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So he was ready with the backup plan, and we knew that we had to do the recon first and not drag everybody with us. And then what if we all can't
Yeah.
get in, right? I get in one person. I couldn't even get Cici in. That's two people only know. So
got
how
like
to bring
10 people.
an entire flock of 12?
No. I think it's very risky also.
Yeah.
Then it's like,
So yeah.
so instead we went to the unfinished housing development in
Yeah.
certain part of KL, which is
Not say unfinished. I think some of them are still got people stay. I think
we saw some, but even those even during our day recce, when we went past these houses that you say that people stay, right? It doesn't seem like there's electricity, there's like water, but still there's like septic. That means like you have no proper sanitation, that kind of thing.
No.
Really? But surprisingly, there's a school there.
Yeah.
There is,
But that's the only thing that's really
mosque, I
there.
think there was a mosque there. Then there's the
An
restaurant.
eatery. Yeah, there was a restaurant.
people-
That famous restaurant. What is
Famous.
it? What
The
did
mini
they
restaurant.
sell?
Mi udang.
Mee udang.
Yeah. That place, even from where we stayed, it took about 1 hour to travel.
It's an hour. It's about 45 minutes to an hour away.
No
So
traffic jam, that kind of situation. You have to pass the highway, past the what you call it, the gantry, before you can
the
reach
toll
this place.
gates. The toll
Oh.
gates. Yeah. So yeah, it's not near. It's in the outskirts of KL, but it proved to be quite something.
The place is itself crazy.
Yeah, so we in the evening when we went, Okay. Usually when we did the Parabex, it's usually about 10 in the evening. Then we cross over midnight to the morning. But this time, because this location, we need a driver. So we have to go early because we need to end early. So
That's
a
one.
lot. Yeah.
Second thing is that there were already stories from the locals about hauntings as well as strange sightings just after the sunset, which is around Maghrib time, when day turns into night,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Even as early as that. So that was the other thing that we were very curious to see. You mean 7 plus 8 o'clock already got all sorts of things disturbance? I mean, all those types of disturbances. Then,
Yeah.
good for us to go and investigate as well.
The place are filled with mosquitoes. So.
The true horror of Urbex.
But surprisingly, at night wasn't that bad.
Oh no! I suffered. I suffered.
We prepared all the mosquito coil and everything. But
Yes.
so we started at about 7 plus, as you said, after sunset. So there are
Yes.
two groups of us who went because there are rows of these houses, 2-story high houses. Then I counted one row is about 8 of them. So two groups of us, Achik from the TPC, he went with a few other participants to the other row. So you guys are with me and also with Ami and Fidi. They're all in our row. So as compared to previously when we go to the hotels where it's a more, how we call it, contained environment, this is a bit, you just repeat units by units. But even units by units, when you reach certain unit, the feeling is
Very different.
very different. So the one that Sonia had, because after that unit, I can feel that your energy is drained. You start to cough like non-stop. Because really before that, you are carrying a cough from your Nepalese trip, but it was perfectly okay until when we go to the house. Then this kind of thing, it also will, because it's we Chinese call yin ma. Yin is a very cold kind of thing, so maybe it affect your body function.
It would, yes.
Yeah. So in that particular house, in that particular room,
I think it was the second unit. You know how we had the first,
Yeah.
first, then we had the second. It was either in the second or the third that I really was affected because, Cici normally goes ahead because he was putting the coil as well. And then I was with you all. I had gone upstairs because there was something upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I had gone up, and then Fidi, Amy,
Yeah.
and Mia were calling out, Sonia, where are you? I said, I'm upstairs.
Ah.
So when they came upstairs, they found me in the room where I had felt a presence. Okay? And then Fidi was like, Sonia, don't move. I said, why? What's wrong? She said, there's something above you. I said,
Yeah.
and I went, I know because I can feel it, right? So I said, me moving or not moving is not going to make a difference. But she was like, I'm getting scared, and not so much getting scared, but she was getting the chills, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But what can we do? We're already in this situation.
All right.
But it was after that house. And thereafter, I was very drained already, and the cough had started back up. I think before you all even see me, you can hear me.
Yeah. That was really, that point onwards, how do we explain?
Because and then it's like I was drawn to that room. I'd gone to that room. I stood in the corner, and that is exactly where Fidi saw something above me, and I knew because I can feel it. I can feel the presence. But in situations like that, you go in already expecting.
Yes, of course.
So if you are afraid, or it's not going to help the situation. So
yeah, we have Ami with us. She can. She's a spiritualist. She can help to resolve some issue. Yeah.
yeah, but I think she also knows when she needs to intervene and when she does not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She mentioned to me that she can feel the presence of on certain units, but whenever she says she go to that
The thing goal.
the thing will just
Yeah.
go the assembly will just disperse lah. That's what she mentioned.
I mean, why wouldn't they be curious? It's like this place has been abandoned for so long, right?
Yes.
And then here you have a group of people come in, and mind you, they've seen us twice. They saw us in the day, and then they saw
Daytime,
us at
yeah.
night. So they're also curious about, like, what are these people doing here, and what is it that they want?
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. We are as curious as they are, and likewise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think during the daytime you went to 3 locations on that place itself. I
Correct.
think the
Yeah.
second location is the most present that most of us felt lah. Because in the
Which is
daytime
why,
also we I think there's some
Yes,
I see some
yes, yes.
people who feel like want to vomit, feel giddy. That's why we written on at night at the second place
Correct.
again.
yes.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have people with that kind of sensitivity lah. For me, it's like I would say, it looks the same to me. Just which place got a more
Energy.
scary feel as well. Yeah, but I mean, we didn't really, because we didn't do isolation. Because by that point, I think most of us are drained. Then over at Achik's group, because there were a pair of brothers, one of them got badly affected. So
Yes.
for them, they have to
He
stop.
was also affected in the daytime.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was the same person that was affected during the daytime, and then at night again. So we know who are more susceptible. So obviously he is affected, and that is when we decided, okay, that's it, pull the plug, everybody out.
Yes. Yeah. But we thought we didn't get anything, but we are wrong because I caught something.
Yeah.
Let's share with the let's share with the audience. So this as a bit of backstory. So this was like near the end of our walk to these rows of. So there's the front of the house and there's the back of the house. So at this point we are at the back of the house. So we are all gathering, trying to regroup with Achik's group. So at the back house, then we thought like nothing lah. But because a few of us are streaming, then some of the audience, some of the viewers actually say they heard screaming sound. It's like when we are there, we didn't hear anything. Let's hear. Careful, a lot of holes here. There's a drain here. Can you hear that?
Yep.
So Cici helped me to isolated all the human sound, so we get a very clear. Yep. So heard the scream. A lot of people heard the scream during the live stream. Then
But on the ground itself, we didn't hear anything.
we
Right?
didn't hear. Or we were too busy.
Yeah.
But the scream is very obvious. If that kind of scream, we should have heard it, right?
Okay, you all want me to be rational and logical here, or do you want me to
Be both. Okay, the logical first.
Okay, if I had heard that sound on the ground, I would not have thought it to be a scream. I would have thought it to be a
Animal.
bird, an animal. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because it could possibly be. So I
Yes.
wish I had heard it while I was down on the ground, but I did hear other sounds. Not this one, but when I was there, I did hear other sounds that were rather more animal-like, and to be precise, a bird. So
Yeah.
this is a tough one for me because I would have gone with it being a bird, actually.
Because half of me also felt that it could be an animal sound. Yeah. So
I want to hear what Cici has to say about this.
yeah.
Me?
Did you find it more like a?
It could be a sound of an entity who try to want us not to be in that place itself.
Oh.
Or it can be a form of animals, because this thing can form into animals to give us
So
a warning sign.
even if it was an animal, it could have been the entity taking the form of an
Transformation.
animal
Okay.
to warn us not to be there
Mm.
or to right.
Mm,
Have you
or
ever
maybe make the
experienced that?
maybe make their presence felt, that kind of thing. Mm.
Have you ever
Who?
experienced that before, you, Gigi?
I mean,
Where it, yeah, it's
animals.
the
Animals. No, I think, but things happen.
things happen. Of course, they would happen, especially because you're out there looking. Huh? This one will pull nails lah. He will invite them lah, and of course, things will happen. But like when you are on some of your hikes, especially like night hikes, have you experienced anything that has presented itself as an animal?
Yeah, I think recently when last year we went somewhere near my place also, we heard this kind of scream. When we could get nearer to the sound, it get further and further and further away. So we just ignore already lah.
So quite similar to the sound that KK played just now. Did it sound like that?
More like a deer,
Could be
but
deer.
it sounds
Could be
very woman screeching, screaming sound.
could,
Like,
I've seen videos on YouTube. Not our region, like North America. I think they went to certain place. They also heard this kind of screaming. Then they said could be certain kind of wild cats. Certain kind of primates. They have this kind of sound also.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. The possibility is there. So I never ever like to just quickly say, oh, it's paranormal. I know that's why the discussion and the is so interesting, because everybody's going to have a different viewpoint, right?
Yeah. But it's also the first, because previous Parabex we have first-hand encounters of certain thing happen. Even like we put the EMF and the RAM port. We have all these mechanical documentation. This time around we don't have anything, so we thought that okay lah, we just walk. And
maybe we won't encounter anything. But when you air this, I would be interested to know what the viewers have to say. After hearing the clip that you played, I would be interested to know their take and their opinion of what that was. I would really be interested to know that.
But when because I played this because this was my TikTok live stream. So the live stream you need to download to,
yes, correct.
Yeah, then you replay back, right? My live stream was 2 hours long. So I played this during during another TikTok live stream myself. So without any audience, I just talk and just play. But when the point that I start to hear the scream the first time, my hair all raised. I was so scared. I was both excited and also very scared from what I've heard. That kind of feeling.
But is this the only audio that you can capture?
No, there was another one. Good question. Let me play the second one. But this is what we near to the where we supposed to go. Scream, there's a scream, eh? No lah, there's a scream, don't scare me. Now we're moving towards the other row of the unit. Whoa. Careful. There's a rock here. Be careful.
Yes, exactly.
Similar to the first one.
Similar lah. So you could, if a person scream might not be that replicated, right?
Not so precise, right? Like,
Not so precise.
huh.
It was, but it was kept. So it also sound a bit like gecko, the household gecko. But
No,
this
that
is
was too loud. It was too loud to
it
be.
was
It was
too
too
loud.
loud to
So
be
it was
gecko.
captured during the live stream, and people actually heard it. So I don't know what to make of it, but I'm half lah. To be
Yeah.
truthful,
So
I'm half. Mm,
that's why we talk about it. That's why we discuss it, right? Because
yeah.
it could be, and then it could not. So
Yes. So that's the fun
wow,
of Parabex.
I
That's
I
the
would I
fun
would
of
be
think
Parabex.
very
it could
interested.
it could get worse if we stay longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even before we end, nearing to the end, halfway through, there were viewers saying that over at the other row, because when we
Ah,
are
yes, I remember
when we are
now.
crossing on, we are maneuvering on our individual row of units, right? We can actually see, because they have light, we can see their light shining. Then viewers are saying there's a big dark entity that is coming close to Achik's convoy, you know. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Do you want to believe or you want to be skeptical? You know, because
Yeah, but
in
either
the
way,
end,
we relate the information because remember when we speak about the equipment that we carry, Cici and I carry walkie-talkies, and the other team
Mm-mm.
had two as well. So we had four, two for us and then two for the other side. So we
yes,
communicated it because what Amy said was her she has got somebody that looks out for her, right? Like
yeah,
her is it a guru? I don't know. So
the
but
guardian,
she had said that he
One.
yeah, that there was something big and dark headed their way. So we relayed the message because no
correct,
harm
yeah,
being careful, right?
mm,
And being forewarned is better.
correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, once again, we want to highlight safety to the participants,
Mm.
everybody lah, even everybody on the ground. We don't want anything to happen. So
Hmm.
any hint of something might happen, just better just pull the plug. But
Yeah.
luckily, at that point, they're still maneuvering until then. There was one occurrence that Chacha, Achik's wife, mentioned that they went to this particular unit. It seems like, because all these units are like empty and nothing, it's like that room, that place is air conditioned. Temperature dropped
Mm.
drastically. Yeah,
Mm.
there was a draft of cold air. So everyone at their side knew that, okay, that place is a bit different. That's what they
Mm.
experienced. So even 2 hours of just maneuvering through this unit, we already have experiences. And as I want to say that the best part of Parabex is that after you come back, we have so much things that we can discuss. The collective sharing of all these whatever we
Yes.
captured, because different people will have different experience. Yeah.
Yes. And that's why, as part of one of the safety uh, procedures, is never go straight back. It's like always stop somewhere else. And so
Mm.
what we
Yeah.
would generally do is stop to eat. And
Mm.
and that's when the exchange happens. That's when we talk about our
Yeah.
individual experiences.
Yeah.
I
So
think I think during that time when we first reached, I think the transport stopped right towards the entrance, right? I think I went alone to find
yes,
the
yes,
entrance to the place
yes.
itself.
Yeah.
I showed Sonia the video that I took during
Uh-huh.
my walk.
Ah.
There's a shadow that
Shadow.
bypassed me behind me.
Ooh. Do you still have the video?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's
We
something.
know, oh, well,
I did show to Sonia asking her opinion, but the shadow totally is different from me.
that's not
Okay.
his
And
shadow.
the way that it casts also doesn't seem, because you're alone, right?
Yeah.
Was Busu with you or
No.
At that point,
I
no,
don't think
right?
so.
You were
He went first because he was putting the coils,
mosquito
the
coil.
mosquito coils, and he was also finding the entrance because different daytime
Yeah.
and then different at night.
Cannot
So
see.
he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
gone ahead first, and then where he placed the mosquito coil, that was our marker to turn in.
Correct.
You realize? Yes.
Yes.
So he had
Yes,
gone
that
in
was.
first, and the shadow was not his. So what was it?
Wow. All right. That's very
So,
interesting.
and after everyone had gone out, after I had brought everybody outside to the start of the road, right? There's a line that the other things are not supposed to cross. After I brought everybody out, Cici, myself, and was it Busu?
Busu.
Yes. Also, yes.
We turned around, we went back inside because
Yes.
Cici said he wanted to show us something.
The other place.
The one that
Oh.
you also went to, right?
Yeah.
I went to.
Yes, but we went by the outside. You went by the inside through the forested
The one that
areas.
I bring you to the other side.
Yeah. I mean,
Then I leave you there alone.
no lah. I knew that you're still there. Creepy lah, but didn't feel anything there. Maybe I didn't walk deep enough to the. It's just another unit, no? Yeah.
Another row, right? But
Another
Yeah.
row. Yeah.
yeah, but it was creepier the further in you
Further
go.
in. Yeah. For sure,
Yeah.
because the darkness it enclosed even further and further in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, was it full moon night that
Yes, it was full moon.
wow.
Full moon.
Yeah.
And that to me, the energies were higher as well.
Yeah. Definitely can feel people were on the live stream was saying the energy you can see like things are triggered and everything.
Yeah.
But we didn't went purposely because it's full moon, just coincidentally it's full moon.
How you know?
I don't know what, that's why I'm asking you.
Who's the one that plans these dates?
You lah. Yeah.
Who? Who plans these dates?
I don't know. You
You
lah.
lah.
Okay. So now we know lah. Everything is meticulously planned. Yeah.
You all don't know how much I go through, okay? Planning all these things. And then poor Cici also kena from me. I'll ask him 1,001 different questions.
But the question
So
will repeat.
I mean, yeah, but because we work together to plan these trips for you all, right? And I mean, collectively we go. But there's a lot of planning that goes on behind the scenes, which I cannot downplay it because a lot of work goes into what we do. So when people say, "Oh, it's so easy, we just go to any place," no, it is not it. And once you do a couple of parabexes with us, you will understand that it is no walk in the park, and the amount of stuff that goes into planning one of these things. You ask Gigi lah. How it's not easy, right, Gigi?
Yes.
I
It's
do
not
this
easy.
for hikes, for treks.
Correct.
But it takes on a different element when you're doing it for Parabex because the safety required is so much higher.
Yeah.
And you know that sense of responsibility? Yes, I feel very responsible for everyone. So a lot goes into it. And I'm talking about it again because most of the time it's Cici that has to bear with me as I,
Yeah.
I suffer, okay?
But this time round, there's the real horror. You know, where's the real horror?
The
You want to know?
hotel.
The hotel that we stayed in is the real horror.
It's a bloody scam.
I saw your review, KK.
I want to put 0, but on Google review they cannot put 0. They replied me. I think
I also left a review. So let me say, the planning process, right, is done. The many aspects to it. The choosing of the location, the date of the location, how we go, how we come back. There's accommodation as well, and then I also look at the facilities that are around the accommodation because it's all part of planning.
yes.
Chichi was with me when we were planning the accommodation. Okay. And on Agoda, it looks good. It looks very new. It's
I
nice.
saw the
Okay. You all saw, right?
Decent. I won't say it's good, but it's decent for that kind of
Decent.
price range.
Yeah. So when I got there, it was nothing like what was advertised. Okay? And it's too late already. You all are on the way up. I've already
Yeah.
paid in full. So there's no way I can back out of it, and there's no way of saying I don't want this hotel. So bo pian.
How where we
It
gonna
just
say if that's
it just got worse and worse. From the time I look at the building, I say, already doesn't look the same as the advertisement. Then I go inside. Wow, really is hanchai is like very bad. Okay. Then when I go up to my room, I was like, oh my God. And then I knew I would have to explain to all of you that I did not book this hotel
on purpose?
like this on purpose. Then I showed all of you. Look at the Agoda pictures. See? Please don't blame me.
No, I think none of us. I mean, we in fact the complaint is after we check out, then we share. Oh, your room no TV, only the bracket. Some room don't have aircon. My room
No,
the
it was already like night one. I was really starting to hear, and Chacha had asked me. She said, "How come you book this type of hotel?" I said, "This is not my usual standard. Okay, please." I said, "You all go and look at the Agoda pictures, and then you all tell me as I was as duped and as scammed as all of you." My goodness, it was horrendous. I'm
the
so
best
sorry.
part of the best part of this hotel is the lift. Okay, I live on second floor. I live on second floor. Do you know how much time for me to take the lift from second floor to first floor? About
You
5
might
minutes.
as well take the stairs.
Take the stairs, yes. But even the stairs, I walked down. Where does this stairs go? There was like
Got one
there's like
door. You have to open the door
cylinder
that
at
leads to the lobby.
it's like the lift is like okay, it closed. You press one, it closed, then it open again.
Okay,
It
so got
closed, then
trick.
it open
Then
again.
I found out what the trick was to this thing. You have to stand patiently inside the lift, let the door shut, then you press your floor
But
like that.
some of them debunk. No, they say that's not the case also.
But it worked
So
every time for me. I
okay,
followed
then,
that.
yeah,
It worked every time for me.
yeah. So
Mm.
yeah lah. Lesson learned now. We won't go back to that hotel again if we
No
ever
lah,
go
never
back.
again lah, siao. I always try to find hotels that are near our last night location
Correct.
because I don't want to spend so much time on the road. It's already so late. Everybody's tired. So I
Yes.
don't want to be so far. If we had stayed in the city, you also have to travel another 45 minutes, you know.
Yes, I understand.
So I always choose hotels that are nearest the night activity because of the time that we come back. But this one really cannot make it, and that was the true horror.
Yes.
Aiya.
Yeah, but it's once again it's an experience lah. To me,
Yeah.
all these are experience that something that we can talk about. So on the last day when we leave, we went to another location, which
Yeah,
I shared
so
the
normally
video.
for our Parabex we have two locations. As
Yes.
at a very minimum is always two. So we went right on that. Yeah.
The second one, I uploaded a video, which is the old Carlton Hotel. I really don't think it's linked to the Carlton group. I think.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it is.
it is. Wow,
I think
okay.
so. But it's been there quite a while also, right?
Yeah. So from that video, we actually have a message, a comment from Frankie that can be arranged. Say that daytime is not so ominous, so the scare factors is 0. To Frankie, true lah. But you're there, you see the thing dangling. That's the scary part. It's like you need to maneuver yourself through because they have excavated all the copper wire and all this thing.
Yeah.
So left all the metal thing dangling off the ceiling. Then there's one floor that we went, there was like hoarders staying there. So quite scary. That's I very scared.
Homeless. Yeah,
Homeless
so the thing and the real dangers, right, of Parabex. And this is the reason why Cici never lets me when I'm in India. And sometimes when I'm traveling without him, right, he will, if I am traveling with other people, he will tell the other people, don't let Sonia go urbexing by herself, or just don't let her go urbexing. And then these people and these other friends of mine will actually listen to him and not let me go, no?
No, but what's that's correct. What? Then what you
Why
can
you?
go? Then it's like, I mean, if even if we are there, we cannot guarantee that it's 100% safe, ma. Then
Yes.
you go yourself.
Yes. So
Then
the concern with India and going urbexing is the homeless and drug addicts. So that's why safety is so important. But you know, it's like you're already there on the ground and you're
uh,
presented with a perfect opportunity to go
Oh,
uh,
you're not supposed
urbex.
to go alone.
yeah, true, lor, yeah,
See
yeah,
lah.
lah, but I mean, in this case, we weren't alone. You still, what if people are on drug, that kind of thing. Anyway, this thing
Yeah.
that we have been
And in this Carlton one is there were homeless people and they locked and blocked some of the doors, right, to the
oh, yeah,
rooms
Yeah,
because they
correct.
don't want people to go. So
yeah,
it's a real danger.
yeah, but is something very interesting place also lah. I
But
when
kind
you
of surprising. I think it's been being left out for 4 years, and the state of the
Yeah.
hotel is just like crazy.
Much
yeah
longer,
longer,
right?
it really
Yeah.
looked like it has been abandoned for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, scavengers had come in already. They had tried to take whatever they could. Anything of value is
Mm-mm.
gone. Even precious, not precious, but they've taken all the metals out because as scrap metal there is value. So
Right.
Mm.
so that's why it's in such a state of ruin.
And the location is like on the main road. It's like whatever you loot that place, everybody can see.
It's just
You're
beside the
Yeah,
stadium.
oh,
Allah.
just it's like it's cross junction where all cars, because we went on Sunday, the whole place is like, wow, got pasar malam, got not pasar malam lah. You got a little store for the sports carnival kind of thing. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you want to loot, everybody can see, but nobody care lah that this locations,
Look,
which is
if the place
mm,
is hoarded up, it's
mm,
not hoarded up. It's just
it's
left
not.
out in the open.
Mm-mm.
So, it's if it was hoarded up, then it's much clearer that you are trespassing. In this case, it's just out in the open.
All right.
There is nothing stopping you from
Mm.
Yeah, they,
entering.
they, they, they even use the space for to park their cars to go to
Mm,
the nearby sport arena, I think.
Hey, but
yeah.
the multi-story car park that is beside the hotel, did anybody park inside? They do
Yes.
also, right?
Yeah.
Free
People who
also,
go to the stadium, free parking. What?
free parking, yeah. So yeah, that's another interesting location. Whether it's daytime, you don't feel anything scary, but it's experience.
That one,
That's
that actually the hotel is more dangerous in a
the
physical
danger,
way.
the physical danger. Yeah. There are
Yes.
glass pane on the ground. I
And it's
stepped
all
on a few
shattered.
pieces.
Yeah. And
Imagine
then
you
nails
just
that are
trip and fall and
protruding. Yeah. There's a real
yeah,
physical danger. And then again, the railings in the stairs, on the stairs and in the
All
stairwells
is
were all
gone.
gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
So
lift shaft is
those kinds of
open.
places they present a more physical danger. We go in the day, we look out for the physical dangers, and that is also why we do the daytime recce.
hierarchy, yeah.
Yeah, so that you familiarize yourself with the physical dangers, so that when we go back at night, you are aware, more aware.
Like because the back to that place where we did at night, the
Mm.
place are filled with big drain,
Mhm.
Yep.
in between the building, and there's drains. If you don't know, you just fall into the drain. Yeah.
Because it's
Yes.
been covered by tall grass, I think.
Yeah, lor,
You
the
can't
whole
see.
place are
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So moving
How
forward,
how many Parabex have we done? This is number 4. KL was 4, is
yeah,
it?
the fourth one, yeah. Kota Tinggi,
Mm.
JB, Batam, KL. So the upcoming
Nice.
one, maybe you want to tell the audience.
Okay, he said no.
No. Join us to know where is it.
Oh, the one
Yes.
to ask no, where is
But
it?
we can say a few things, which is instead of doing a 2-day, 2-night, this time because the location is rather large, we will focus only on this one place. Therefore, it is going to be 2 days,
2 day,
1 night.
1 night.
1 night.
Yes, 2 days, 1 night. So it is in Malaysia again because Malaysia
Which will
is
happen on the
18,
18th.
19.
18 to 19.
That's right, of January. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. And we still have. When does this episode air? Next week, ah.
Next week.
So there would still be time for people to sign up if they'd like to. If you've always felt like 2 days, 2 nights was too difficult to commit to, too long, then this is an ideal one to come for. It's only 2 days, 1 night, and we will focus on one location, and it is just across the causeway again, on Peninsula Malaysia. So if anyone's interested, please ask about it. Ask for more details, and we'd be happy to share.
Yeah. So then we can share.
Parabex number 5.
So far, huh? 5 already.
Fast,
Yeah,
fast, huh?
faster.
Very quick.
Yeah. So
Have you been on all of our Parabex
no,
adventures? All ah?
I didn't go the first one.
The first one
you
fit.
missed out.
Yeah. Because I didn't know apprehension. It's like I don't know what to expect, and yeah. But
Ever
it's
since you only missed that one, and ever since that you realize, right, how it's actually quite thrilling.
yeah. There's the scary part, but there's the part that you want to know about what's happening to this place. I mean, every time you all went, you all tell the stories of this place, and also you when you immerse in that location, even at night, it's like in the movie like The Shining, you can envision this place was crowded with people during the glory years, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know lah. I don't know what different participants went in looking for, because different people will want to. Some are skeptics, as you know. Yeah. Some are like just want to.
Some are
really
like Cici.
What does Cici look forward to?
Cici wants the interaction, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people want the interaction, but this kind of thing you cannot force it, honestly. Yeah. So, and as I always mention, is the safety lah. Yeah. I don't know about other people, but to me, it's the most important, because I go there. I don't want to, get myself.
Yeah, you don't want anything to happen. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
How would I answer to my family?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think the whole group of us who went are all like about the same age range. A lot of parents also. So this is not like the kids going there to making some kind of like disrespectful. I mean, once again, use the word disrespectful, that kind of thing. It's like, but we just go. I mean, we do our paranormal investigation, but not in the state that because this time round also, when I talked to Achik, some of the participants, they were previous paranormal groups also, and from what I heard from their paranormal groups is that they really, every time they will conjure, they will put one of their participants, one of the group members possess, which is, to me, is very. It's not.
But is it a true possession or a fake one?
I don't know. I mean, even but Achik told me that they got affected lah, because if they don't do it one time, you see. So I'm not sure, but that's not what we do also lah. We don't go there. We don't put people to do possession, that kind of thing.
I mean, we don't want to invite trouble, Some different people are going to have different ways of doing these things, but that's not us. Yeah. The maximum that we do, and as far as we go, it is an isolation. But even in that isolation, you're not really alone.
Yes.
Right?
You can, if you have the guts, you can be alone. No issue.
Yes.
But there are people around
who are not far away.
Not far away from you also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're isolation, you can feel things also. If that's what you want to look, going there to experience, that will be something that we can do also lah. We can. I mean, the
Yes.
team can cater to whatever you want to do. Yeah. But once again, nobody force you to do anything you don't want to do.
Correct.
Oh.
It's out of your own will. If you want to
Correct.
feel it, then you do it.
Correct. Yeah.
No forcing, no nothing.
Yeah, it's like why force? Because you are already a participant. You see? Yeah, I mean, it's like your own will that you sign up for this trip. You can cater to your own enjoyment or whatever. Yeah, if you feel like you go there, you don't even want to go for the night paranormal investigation, no harm.
Sure.
You can just stay in the
Yeah.
hotel. Lor.
There's no
But
no
because
force.
we stay in that kind of 0-star hotel, nobody wants to stay lah. I rather go to I rather go
Even
to
out there is better than the hotel.
Yeah, even the
Yeah.
Carlton Hotel is better than that. Okay. Yeah. So let's
So that's Parabex number 4.
yeah.
Wow.
So let's talk about your recent trip to Nepal in November, late November to early December. 2 weeks, right?
15,
So it's
15 days.
Annapurna Circuit. Yeah.
Now, the Annapurna range of mountains is part of the Himalayas, which is in Nepal. From the Nepal section, the Himalayas is shared by 5 or 6 countries, and we approached the Himalayas from the Nepali side. You've got the Chinese side, the Indian side, Pakistan as well. Then you've got Tibet, but Tibet is now actually part of China already. So Bhutan also.
Yes.
And then of course Nepal. So we approach from the Nepali side, and we have to travel to the trailhead. So that in itself is an adventure, because you take a jeep. Yes, you take a jeep, and as you are going,
you can see a lot of beautiful places.
Yeah.
Were you? It's not my first time to Nepal. Because it's not my first time, I would like to know your experience, like how
I think during the
from your
journey
eyes.
in the jeep, we can see a lot of nice place, nice scenery, waterfall. Then the journey itself is very, I think, crazy lah. Because you can see
to the head of the trail already crazy lah.
Yeah, because I think if the driver is not that good, we will just go off the cliff already.
Oh, so it's at the edge of the mountain trail.
Yeah.
Oh.
The mountain roads. So the roads are all carved into the sides of a valley, and in the middle of that valley usually is a river. Okay, that valley is normally carved out of water. So over time, but where the roads are and all are at the side of that valley. So usually it's very narrow. Most can only fit 2 cars. Side by side, very close, and you're very close to the edge, and you're very close to the wall of the mountain. So that's why he was saying, if the driver is not skilled, it's just a matter of a little bit and you're off. Okay, so I see this in Himachal, because I go to India, I climb in India and all that. So these type of roads for me, very normal. I'm used to it. I look down, I'm like, yeah. But that's why I want to know what it's like for a first timer who's not been to Nepal ever before and is presented with such. That's why I'm very interested to know what he thought about it.
Well, I think Nepal is quite
spiritual place.
Eye opener for me to be there. The journey, the hike itself, the places, but so, we don't even straight away go to hike. I think we go to certain places
to acclimatize to the level of oxygen, right? Yeah,
the heritage place.
That's right. We had four excursions, so to speak, to World Heritage sites within Nepal, because whenever I plan a trip, it should never just be about one aspect. Why not explore more? Since you've already flown so far, and you know this is your first exploration of the country, let's spend a bit more time going deeper under the surface.
Location is a nature heritage.
in Kathmandu.
It's Kathmandu itself. Yeah.
It's in
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu, which is the capital of Nepal,
Yes.
and we went to 4 different heritage sites. So one of them, something happened
Okay.
at
Yeah.
one of them, and this place is called Pashupati, which is where there is a Hindu temple and Hindu cremation grounds. This is where people go to perform their last rites before they cremate the bodies and then throw the ashes into the river. That is,
Also,
it's
it's
very
beside
much
the
like
river.
Varanasi. Yes, there's a
Ah.
river just that runs through it. Now, we
Because
were all visiting this place, and something happened
In
where
Pashupati?
Pashupati.
Pashupati,
Yeah.
yes.
Because I totally cannot enter the place itself when Sonia keep asking me, let's see how they cremate or burn.
Cremate.
They cremate the bodies, how the process is. But I think when I walk towards the entrance itself, right, there's a wall with a metal statue leaning on the wall itself. So when I walk beside, before the metal statue itself, the metal statue fell down in front of me
Wow.
with a loud thud. I think that's it. I say I'm not going to go in already. It's like giving me a sign not to go in, because when I reach there already, my vibes already totally, I don't feel good. But I don't understand how come the wall itself is like that, the metal statue is like that.
Yeah,
It can
yeah.
just,
Yeah,
It's a
and
very
because
the
that's
metal statue is not the light one, it's the heaviest one.
So just barely miss if you like one more step.
Miss me by a few inches only.
Wow. So that you're saying the cremation is done on the river itself, or is like
on the
there's
side,
a
on the banks of the river.
oh, so you is the temple is there also.
Yes. So
There's there are people with what? The white, how do you call it? The one with ashes on the face.
the Agoris,
group.
Agoris. There are Agoris down there,
Agori,
right?
yes.
Oh, they're situated down there. So for Cici, it's like
So
even near
no,
the
because
gate is
he couldn't enter, and I wanted to show my friends. I had my friends with me, and I was very happy because this is not my first time there. I want to show them other parts of Nepal. It's also part of the history. Spirituality is very big in Nepal. And I wanted to show them, said, come see this temple, come look at the cremation grounds. It's a holy site.
yes.
People of other faiths can also go, but you may not be able to enter the temples if you're not Hindu. But I wanted to show them the grounds. I wanted to show them the different little. They've got the smaller temples and they have the big temple, and I wanted to show them the cremation grounds, and he couldn't even get past that. It just fell directly in front of him, and it fell with such a loud clang. It went because it's metal, and as it landed, and everybody got a shock.
Everybody was shocked.
Yeah.
Everybody got a shock,
I
and there
mean,
was
because
nothing that would have made it fall. It wasn't windy,
not
nobody
wind.
had walked up against it. Nothing. It just fell on its own directly in front of him. So, of course, he's not going to go any further. He's going to take it as a sign. Just like our hike at Pulau Mawa.
Pulau Mawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw you yourself,
Yeah. The
who keep
doppelganger.
getting further away and further away, that's it.
Your
I say no.
doppelganger.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine you follow that person.
I don't know where I will end up.
No, I tell you, the first sign is that I won't walk so fast once. So you know that it's not me. But
Yeah, so that
I
was
because
that incident.
yeah, but Cici recorded a daily like sort of like a vlog to tell us where you guys were, right?
Yeah.
So there was one that himself and Sharon have difficulty to reach to the tea house or something. That there was this particular journey, maybe start of your trail or something. Then you guys need to have transportation to bring you all to the tea house. Is that the case? Do you remember?
Was it day? I can't remember which day it was, but I think there was just a little bit left to go. But you see, the thing about doing treks like that, yes, Everybody must train, must be of a certain fitness. However, what you need to take into account is the altitude. You're going to go higher and higher, and how your body reacts to the levels of oxygen, the decreased levels of oxygen on a daily basis affects individuals different, okay, at varying degrees. So there are some things that I cannot predict. Yes, you can train all you want. You may be able to walk 15, 20 kilometers a day, but on the ground, there are going to be other things that affect you, such as the decreased levels of oxygen in the air. And it happens. Now, if you cannot walk the full distance, there are options. So knowing your personal limits and when to say, I need help, those are very important as well. Knowing your personal limits. And I do not want anyone pushing themselves to the point of exhaustion where it becomes a problem to them and in turn affect others. So knowing that yourself, taking that into consideration is paramount. If you can't go any further because you're just too tired, you've been walking all day, the sun has been shining down on you. We tell you it's cold, sure, but when the sun shines down on you, it's hot. So the jacket is taken off, it's put back on. When the wind blows or, a cloud covers the sun, and then the sun comes back out and you're taking that jacket off again. So many factors. And until you come to a trek of this magnitude, then and only then will you understand. Now, Cici totally understands what is required for such a hike.
Especially during our hike towards Manang, I think we reached the gate of welcome to Manang.
God damn it!
It's not there. Once again, it's not there, lah.
Four gates. I saw the gates and I was like, yay, we're finally here. And we walked and we walked and we walked and we walked somehow. And then there was another gate, welcome to Manang. I thought they already welcomed us to Manang, that last one. So they're welcoming us again. Okay, never mind. Gate number 2. Wow, welcome. They really welcome us. Very good, very good. Walk.
Very welcome.
And then after that, it goes up. It goes uphill. So up and up and up into the village, because the village is placed slightly higher than the flat ground that we've been walking on. So walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. Then there's another gate. Welcome to Manang. I was like, wow, they really want to welcome us. Okay, never mind. We are here already. Hiya, then still have to walk some more until you get to the old village gate, which is also where you have the prayer wheels as you come in. So then I see that, then I know, okay, that's it. No more bluffing already. This is the old village gate. I was like, wow, 4 gates, And then someone you could keep walking. I don't know how many more kilometers we ended up doing.
I think if I was there, I will curse at the second gate. I will start to curse already.
Wow, piang. And then it's getting cold because the sun is already setting.
Tell the viewers what's the lowest temperature that you experienced.
Minus 16?
Minus 18. Minus 18.
This one is my work, the kind of freezer, minus 20, and you guys are
cryogenics.
Oh, minus 16 is like, I cannot imagine.
We even got the minor frostbite.
Frostbite?
Yeah.
On the hand?
Fingers.
On all the fingers.
Tips of the fingers.
Even
like the first.
I think we used 2 layers of glove also.
Glove, no use.
I very seldom use gloves because I take photos. I cannot. I need to feel, right? Even with the phone, when you press the shutter button, you know how they have those gloves with the. They say it doesn't work. I tell you, I've tried so many different. So I normally. I usually don't. But at minus 18, that last night, because we started at I think 4 o'clock in the morning. That one, the final ascent, that day was the hardest of all. It was the toughest, the hardest. And by the time I got to the peak, I was in tears already. I was like, why do I put myself through this? Minus 18, and it was uphill all the way. And, but of course, that sense of achievement at the end of it, right? When you finally get up there, it's like, oh my God, I finally did it. But I have to, at this juncture, say thank you so much to my partner, because it is with the support of everybody that we do things like that. We are there to encourage each other. We are there to be each other's shoulders, sometimes to cry on, sometimes to complain about, and also to help when somebody falls, when their spirits are feeling low.
Yeah. Yes.
It's such, in that sense, it's such a spiritual journey, because when you are walking, surrounded by the grandeur of these mountains, on either side of you, peaks that are millions of years old, and then
Yeah.
you're so tiny. You think about your place in this world, in the universe, your significance, your personal significance. It truly is a humbling experience. And to be able to share that with my best friends.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it.
Yeah. Until the next complaint.
The complaining is part and parcel of the hike.
Then after your hike, you all went to do something also very, I would say very not even death defying, but it's like
The
cannot even-
paragliding?
yeah, the paragliding. It's like
Nice, that one.
yeah.
No, I think the summit itself, when we descend, is totally crazy also.
Oh.
You can look at our, if you can see the picture that we are so happy, but when we descend, damn, I don't know what to say lah.
Because descent you
It
need
was
to
it was not an easy descent. Let's
From
just put it that way.
5,416, we go down to 3,000 plus.
3,000, yeah. So it's quite a steep descent, and
Ooh.
it's already very tiring, because the ascent we start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, then by the time you get to the top of Tarongla Pass, this is where we went, Annapurna Circuit. The very top of that, or the highest point of that track is Tarongla Pass. And from there, you have to make your way down the steep descent, and it's very gravelly. I slipped and fell, I think, at least twice, landed on my bum. But it's tough. This is one of the tougher ones. I found this harder than Everest Base Camp, because I've done Everest Base Camp. Everest Base Camp is longer, but not as difficult at parts. Okay lah, they're all different. Some parts are harder, some parts are easier. Very hard to compare. Very hard to compare. But still very unique experiences. Huh, Cici?
Yeah, especially the long bridge.
Oh my
The
god.
suspension bridge. 300 and
40 something meters, right?
360 meter.
Something like that. Yeah. The suspension bridge that joins the side of one valley to the other side of the valley is so long. And then it goes, okay, you start a little bit high, right? Then it goes down, it dips, and then it goes back up. Going down is easy. Going at that lowest part, easy to walk, but the wind is blowing at you, and you feel as if you can fly away. And it's cold wind. Okay, they got a bit of a sway. But from that lowest point to go up, wow. And then once we got across to the other side, right, we saw other hikers that were lying flat, no? They were lying flat. And they were all like, oh my god, even crossing the bridge was not easy, even though yeah. But that's not the end. Then we still have to climb some more to our tea house.
This is the descent already or what?
No, this is the second last day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this really. Oh, but I'm not saying this to discourage anyone. I'm just saying that it wasn't easy.
For myself, I would like to thank Sonia for bringing me and showing me this kind of beautiful place for me, because I think it's a once in a lifetime experience.
What do you mean once? Next year you're doing Everest Base Camp.
To be there.
Oh. But it's very awe-inspiring, and I enjoyed the conversations during and after, and I wanted to know how they felt about being there, because being in the Himalayas, some people say Himalayas, some say Himalayas, is a very spiritual personal journey, because there is a very old energy up there.
And the journey also sometimes can be unpredictable. Like when we are Pokhara going back to Kathmandu, we are stuck there for how many hours to fly back?
Or the
Yeah.
Airport itself. Due to the fog.
the plane
Pokhara.
also interesting. The plane that you all took, those kind of propeller.
Okay, so
plane.
the plane that we took could fit, I think, like 77 people. It's
Yeah.
not, yeah. So from Pokhara to fly into Kathmandu is only an hour. But had we taken a jeep, it would have taken us 6 hours. So to save time,
Yeah.
what we do is we fly. However, in this case, the weather conditions were not good. It was very misty, so our flight was delayed by a few hours, and we ended up having to stay in the airport until the weather conditions improved and the flights could resume. So in the end, whether we had taken the jeep or we had flown that day, same 6 hours. Yeah. But the views that you're accorded when you fly, you get to see the different ranges and the different peaks, and that in itself is so beautiful. So the pro tip to flying is to book the seats, which are window seats, and the ones that are facing, and that are facing the range. So this one you must know. You have to ask for the seats that where you can see the Himalayas.
So you know beforehand,
My guide knows. I did it for EBC, and then my guide got us the seats because he knows he wants us to have the best possible experience, right? So he got us, because he was in charge of all the bookings. He got us the seats. He said, "I want all of you to see." I said, "Yeah lah, that's normal standard procedure." Wow, one. Don't care. And when I got on the plane, right, two people got scolding from me because they were sitting in my seat, and I was like, well, "What are your seats?" So I asked them to show me. And then they were not supposed to be there. I said, your seats are there, so please vacate my seat and go.
Yeah.
So that was Annapurna. I felt it was very fulfilling, fruitful, fulfilling, and everyone had a good time. We all got out safe, except for a slight mishap with Sharon. One of them, she fell. She tripped and fell. But
During the
she's fully recovered. She fell during the hike. She tripped over a rock. She didn't land very well. That's the problem. Wasn't a complicated fall, but she landed badly.
After she fell, she still continued on. Then
Yes,
only when
she
you all
still
returned to
continued
Kathmandu, then she
Pokhara.
left for.
When we got into Pokhara, we went to a clinic. Yes. And then, of course, there's a series of tests and stuff. Now, all that is why travel insurance is so important, because all of these you get to claim. Yeah.
But, yeah.
And she did.
Okay, it's scary to hear that she had a mishap, but the good thing is that it wasn't that serious and she recovered from it. Yeah.
Yes,
but ultimately, it's an unforgettable trip that you all went. So, you have, from Sonia, you have some climbs coming up. Maybe you can let the audience know.
Oh my God, yeah. So if you're interested in the trekking type of trips, this year we have Mount Kinabalu, Mount Kilimanjaro. That's in March. March we have Mount Kinabalu, and then there might be a repeat of that either in June or July for Mount Kinabalu, if we have enough response and enough participants. And then in August is Mount Kilimanjaro. This is the tallest mountain on the African continent. That's in Africa. And then in September, we head to Japan again to climb Mount Kita, which is the second highest. Mount Fuji is the tallest. And then not far from Mount Fuji actually is Mount Kita, but we're going to do Mount Kita this time, as well as a little bit of urbexing, a little bit of sightseeing, because you're already there in Japan, as well as haikyo, which is the Japanese term for urbex.
Parabex.
Yes. So
So
that
all
one,
these,
and Suicide Forest.
Okay. So you're telling me your plan all along for the year, but you are telling me that you having a big hike for your big day. When will
Huh.
that be? Uh,
Oh, so I have a few things on my wish list,
ah,
my personal wish
ah,
list, okay?
ah.
And some of them are I would love to swim with a whale shark. One,
Where to do
I
that?
need Philippines.
Okay.
You can do that
Not too
in
far.
Cebu in the
Ah,
Philippines.
ah.
Okay, so like you know how you have your bucket list of things that you want to do? I would love to do these things for my 50th. I would like to do something magnificent
Ah.
once a month as it leads up to my birthday, where I
Okay.
celebrate my big 50.
Ah.
So for 2025, I would like there to be big, huge milestone things for 2025. Is that too
Oh,
much to ask?
for you is big, huge lah. I think no, no. If for you is big, huge, then for us it's like wow, spectacularly big. For me, I just want mee sua on my birthday. That's all. But different people got different point of view. Yeah. Okay. Then
Yeah.
continue.
I
Have
want to
you?
celebrate my 50s. I want to embrace it. I want to
Uh,
celebrate it with a bang, with huge fanfare, personal fanfare.
they,
So
they,
once
they
a
are
month, I would
celebrating
like
on
to do
August, right?
something.
Chichi,
They are
chichi.
Huh?
celebrating in August.
August. Yeah.
SG60?
Huh?
Nation's
SG50 or 60?
birthday.
Yeah.
60. Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
so everyone's celebrating for me. No, they're celebrating for Singapore. So that's it. That I would like to do a few
Mm,
of these big things that I want to do on my bucket list. I also am trying to go to more places that I've never been to. For
mm,
instance,
mm, mm,
Pakistan. I'm planning a trip to Pakistan,
mm,
to countries that I have not been to. Of course, I repeat some because I bring my friends on some of these trips. There are repeats. However, I would
mm,
like to explore some places I've never been to. Pakistan is one of them. The Philippines. Believe it or not, I've never been to the Philippines. I would love to explore
mm.
the Philippines.
I haven't been there as well. Yeah.
So those are the kinds of things that I would like to do this year. Personal bucket list. I did my paragliding just recently. That was my very first paragliding. I enjoyed it
Mm.
so much. It was thrilling. Um, yeah, amazing experience. So a few things that I want to do. I also want to do a tandem
Skydiving.
skydive.
That means
So
there's one person behind you,
Yeah.
yeah, because if not, you need to go for certification, and
Cost
I
lah.
don't.
No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah.
No need lah. I just want the experience one time 搞liao. Just to
Okay,
be able
yeah.
to say I've tried it. So you see, I got so
Mm.
many things that I want to do this year. How? Then I also want
Yeah
to go
lah,
climb
can lah.
another big mountain, something that like I've never tried before. One of those multi-day mountaineering expeditions. Because I've done my mountaineering training, but I've
Mm,
not put it into practice because a lot of the mountains that I've climbed so far
mm.
are the trekking kind.
Oh, the mountaineering is really those kind of rock.
Yeah, and you have to wear harnesses and helmets, and we use
Uh,
ropes and ice
uh,
axe, all of that. I've been trained, it's just that I've only done that once. So
uh,
I would love to do one on a big scale this year. So fitness, I've gained a little bit of weight. So like what Gigi say,
uh,
2025 must.
okay, I let.
See, you all
Uh,
laugh at
no,
me.
no, 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 not okay. You, the podcast you did with the Bubble Clan and Achik,
CPC.
they don't know the angle that they shoot you.
It's
You
really
know
bad. I
that one,
know.
the angle lah. Luckily, our
Well,
angle
it
is good.
was
No, lah, but
no, it was
no, lah,
horrible.
you're not that. Didn't gain
I
so
think
much.
that the cushion that she used to cover
Yeah, lah. I think
her
it's the
body,
cushion lah.
it's the same color.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but
Yes.
the truth is, the horror that women have to go through as they approach this age, right? There's many hormonal changes and so on and so on. So please be kind to women.
And you just came back two, 2 weeks in Japan. That's like
I just came back 2 days,
gastronomical, yeah,
3 days ago. No.
gastronomical.
I did not. It was so cold. I
You
was so miserable. Annapurna was already so cold. Then come back for a few days. Then we did the KL, right? Then a few days
Yeah.
after that, okay, we came back on a Sunday. I flew out on Monday night to Japan.
Monday.
Monday night itself,
Right,
I flew
yeah.
out to Japan, okay? And it was so cold there. And my first question to my family was, I already suffered in the cold in Annapurna, and now you all make me suffer in Japan because there were places where it was -2, -3. I was miserable and there was no appetite to eat, trust me, because you're not expending energy because no hiking. It's just walking around. It's
Yeah,
not that type of a
sightseeing.
trip, ma. Yeah, sightseeing, but yeah. Well,
You-
I love Japan, really. I understand why people keep going back to Japan again and again and again because it's such an amazing place and so big. Every place you go is different. Different things to see, different things to
Yeah.
experience.
That's why whoever always tell me, hey, go Japan so many times, always the same thing. Same thing lah. You go
It's
to
not the
this,
same thing.
they have Tohoku, they have Hokkaido, they have Okinawa, they have Kyushu.
Yeah.
You
A
can
lot
You
of
said
places to
magic
go.
words. You said Okinawa. We are planning Okinawa as well.
yeah, but
So
yeah.
Japan, but my Japan trip was a road trip. We drove. So we went to Tokyo and then we drove down to Yokohama. Then where else did I go? Anyway, I ended up in
Gotemba,
Osaka.
Gotemba then Osaka.
There's one place called
Gotemba.
before Gotemba I was somewhere else. Starts with H. Oh,
Haneda.
No.
Haneda's the airport that I landed. No, I landed in Narita. When we went to Japan,
Hamamatsu?
no,
Hakone?
Hakone. I went to Hakone.
Hakone.
So it was Tokyo, Yokohama, Hakone, then cut across Gotemba. Then from Gotemba, I went to Yamanakako and that area. Then from Gotemba we went to the place where Toyota has got a manufacturing plant. Nagoya. Then Nagoya drive to Kyoto, Osaka, then Osaka fly out. In total, we drove 1,084 kilometers or something. It was a road trip, so we drove. It was amazing.
Okay.
Why?
No, it's like you waste time on the road where you can.
Not really. We maximum we spent on the road was maybe 3 hours plus.
Yeah.
And along the way, a lot of things to see. We stopped, like
Yeah.
from for instance, and also because in Japan your checkout time is 10 o'clock in the morning, not 1 or 2. So you check out at 10. You go to a location or an attraction. Then from there you drive to your next hotel, which check-in is only at 3. So from 10 to 3, I still need to find something to do. So might as well go to an attraction. So from Kyoto before we went to Osaka, we went down to Nara so that we can go to the Nara Deer Park and walk around. So in that sense, time-wise, it was beautiful. In between 10, from the time you check out to the time that you check into your next place, is more than ample time to go to at least one attraction along the way and drive. No problems. It was all about 45 minutes to an hour away. The longest stretch that we drove was like maybe 3-4 hours only. So very doable. I've got a lot of tips for people who want to drive in Japan. It's not as hard as it's made out to be. It's just that it's not cheap. It's not cheap to rent. You must have an international driver's license. What they call the toll, the expressway tolls can come up to a fair bit.
Expensive, yeah.
And car parking is also expensive. You can die.
Of course lah.
It's
That's why
Japan.
they don't encourage people to park to have
But
car.
if you go as a family and you need to move around, car is really convenient.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Yeah. If you go Okinawa, driving is a must. I think I heard.
Well, let's go find out.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Cici? Got a lot of
Fly then.
excuses, right?
Okay. Let's do a bit of a new segment. We haven't do that. Maybe before that, let's do some viewers comments. Not so much, but we do have some comments from our previous episode. There was one comment from at Ria Salidri 7750. Yeah, he said that you guys should totally copyright the term Parabex ASAP. Yeah, I checked to copyright a name $900. So your thing is worth it. Then you copyright, you must see you want to safeguard your it's under business or under entertainment, all these additional costs also. So you can copyright the name, but if people want to infringe you, they say, oh, you don't have this name under this umbrella of activities. Yeah, bopake also lah. So you
No,
need to
okay, so even if somebody were to use the Parabex, then what are you going to do? You're going to sue them? You know, that costs money too, right? So it's not, yeah, we can copyright, protect its IP and whatever not, but who is going to actively enforce? Even enforcing it is money. Ayo,
Yes.
no lah, it's okay lah. We thought about that. We did think about it as well, but
maybe
I don't think it's
really
something that
become big.
simple.
Yeah. Then
Maybe. By then, don't know how many people will use it already.
we'll see. If people use it, it's also a sort of recognition, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
doing
it's
successfully.
what, flattery as well.
Flattery
Copy.
also, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
What is it that they say? When somebody copies, it's the greatest form of flattery. There's an idiom for it.
yes, that's it. Then there's this comment from the interview I had with Ami. She's from Cici Missy 8079. She said the Ami is amazing. I'm not surprised that she doesn't want to go back the Batam hotel lah. Her aura is so strong and bright. Going to places like this too often will weaken and corrupt it. I think it's the person. Good for you, Ami. Yeah. But in terms of Ami, she doesn't want to go back because she cannot control the domain. It's not that she wants to be able to have the ability. It's not that she don't want to come in contact with this entity, but she want to have control. So that's I can understand why she says she don't want to go back to the Batam hotel. Yeah. But that was a real trip, real experience, the Batam. Okay. Let's.
Any other comments?
No, that's all. Okay, this news. Okay, these two Singaporeans during the Christmas holiday got lost while hiking at Langkawi Mountain.
Langkawi.
Yeah. So this mountain is called Gunung Gunung Mat Chincang. So it's about 800 plus meter. So they say that if you do a round trip up and down, takes about 2.5 hours. So I don't believe so lah. We did 400 meters already about 3-4 hours.
But it depends. It depends on the trail
fitness level
gradient.
lah.
Not so much. It's the terrain. Sometimes it starts off gradual, then you go up to 400-500 meters. But sometimes it's like this. From, let's say it starts at 300 meters, then it goes up to 800. Possible also, but 2 to 3 hours doesn't sound
that difficult.
It sounds difficult. If you're getting up to 800 meters in that short 2 to 3 hours, it's very difficult.
But you all see the picture of the two guys? Singlet, running shorts. So
what were they thinking?
So it's not really that.
It's also very misleading. As I read this thing, right? For you to get up to 800 plus meters, they never say you start at what elevation to get up to 800.
True.
Then
maybe
that will tell me, yeah, who knows, right? So maybe they thought they were going for a simple walk. That
Yeah,
they were not prepared, right? They had no torch,
no. I mean,
nothing.
they started, it said that they started at 12 plus, right? I heard.
Yeah, lah,
Yeah
because
lah.
I
You
think
see?
in the forest, by 4 p.m., already totally
Dark.
dark, already set in already.
Yeah. Wow. The whole operation ended 15 hours for the Malaysian police. So, yeah, once again, it's back to
Waste of
the
resource.
our original, our first episode when the two person got lost in Whitley area. So, preparation but in this case, as Sonia said, they might not have anticipated such a tough climb. They thought, oh, maybe we live near the resort, we just go there. Langkawi is a resort, right? So they just go there. They thought, oh, just a leisure walk up the
And
hill.
you see, the information is so misleading. What if you say 2 to 3 hours? They might have looked at their clock. So, wow, 12 plus. We go up, we come down. Sure, done in 2 to 3 hours because the information that's out there is that. But it's not true and it's not correct.
It's not
And
true.
if the place is not well marked, you don't have signage along the way. You take one wrong turn, God knows where you end up.
Oh,
And then they didn't have a guide.
yeah, even like what we did with our monthly Malaysian hike, right? There were many marks, but it can be deceiving also. It's like
Yes.
you don't have the right, like you always need to have a person in front who tell you where's the correct path to go. You know,
Yeah,
imagine
is it left or right?
if imagine like myself who haven't been to this mountain before, I will get lost seriously. Then one wrong step, I don't know where you will land yourself at.
That's what happened in Annapurna. There was a fork in the road, and Shrishti and Cici
Went the other way.
were slightly ahead. So when we got to the point where there was that fork, me, Sharon, Bhakti had walked downwards
Oh,
because the sign said
this
trail
way.
this way.
But this
for
way can
some
be up or
reason,
down.
no, it was pointing down. But they were under the impression to stay on the road, so they stayed on the road, and they went that way. And when I got to the next point, because I left Sharon with Bhakti, and I said I'm going to go catch up to these two, so I just zoomed off. But when I got to that next checkpoint,
They are not
nobody
there.
was there. So I was
They're
like,
not-
okay, hang on. Either I am so far behind that they have continued on, but they were given instructions to stop at this next rest point. It turns out that they had gone another direction and we had gone a different direction. And because I had zoomed up to catch up to them, they were somewhere else.
So how did
So
you all get back to the
phone,
correct? How did the
so call and then meet,
call
and give coordinates and stuff, and then everybody reconvenes. And after that
So-
point, it's like,
So next time you all go for this, Cici must bring a bread. Then every day you go, he must tear a bit of the bread onto the ground so that Sonia know where he goes. Like Hansel and Gretel. But no lah, I mean, yeah, and this is with guides. So imagine you don't have any guides to go to this kind of mountain.
I do not recommend, doing many of these activities without expert help, without guides.
Yeah, and from our previous hike, it seems like now it's mandated to have a local guide, right, for most of the Malaysian mountain.
Permits. Any place that requires a permit also requires you to hire a local guide. Now, the guide system in Malaysia is a little bit tricky. You have to hire guides from within the state. You can't hire an
From outside the
interstate
state.
guide. Yeah. It didn't used to be this way, but the rules keep changing. So,
But
as
good lah,
organizers,
I mean, you will
have
know
to be
who
aware.
who are the people climbing that particular day or something for safety again.
Yeah,
so
it's all for safety
that-
purposes because I'm sure they are sick and tired of deploying their army and all their
Like in
forces
this case,
looking for, like in this case.
15 people who go and search. But luckily, the two Singaporeans
Thankfully, they were found. Yes, it did not turn out to be a bad thing. But Cici,
Yeah.
they didn't bring anything, no?
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Don't even have water, I think. From the way I look at it, the guy in singlet, going for jogging. Maybe he really went
Y'all
for a
won't
jog.
know.
He really went for a jog. Then he thought that maybe he can jog up the mountain. Yeah.
Is there? What is that? What's next?
No, that's all.
That's the only story.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's
That's all.
horrific.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Do not attempt
Okay.
to hike in an
Okay.
unknown, unfamiliar territory and terrain,
Correct. Yeah.
unguided.
And once again, if we think about the supernatural point of view, your eyes might be covered, your ears might be covered. It is well documented. There are many stories out there where people,
I had one story where we were led in circles.
Oh, did you share before? Or maybe next time lah. Next time.
Next time. You have to
So,
tune in to the next episode to find out.
yeah. No, but yeah, we come to the end of the episode. So we will have a Parabex in January. Then
18th and 19th,
yeah,
correct?
then
18th, 19th.
I think Sonia in February you're going. Is it February or March? You're going Varanasi?
February, we have a spiritual trip to Varanasi, but it
So
is
it's
very
February,
much
right?
dependent on getting the minimum number of participants.
Okay.
So that is still up in the air.
Mm.
But if anyone's interested in seeing Kumbh Mela, which is a spiritual gathering, and this one is special because I think it's either 11, 12, or 14 elements aligned for this Kumbh Mela, where you can spend some time meditating, immersing yourself in the spiritual practices of North India. And from there, we will go to Varanasi. Now, why we do trips like that is to introduce people who are afraid to go to India without some guidance, right? Be it the foreign language or just that India does not come across as a very easy place to travel to. So trips like that are slow, nice, easy immersions
I
into
think
India.
by this point, our viewers should know that whatever trip that we go to, a lot of planning, or secondly, we have a local guide who will
That's it.
ensure. Yeah, so that's synonymous with whatever activity the wanderers have planned.
Yes.
You can assure
It's
that.
always done properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, reach out, ask if you are interested in any type of a trip, or if you have a group of friends and a group of people that have a place that they'd like to explore, then we can curate an experience for you.
Yeah. Maybe not 2025 because Sonia got a lot of milestones to clear first. Maybe we can,
No problem. Bring it on.
unless you all want to experience swimming with sperm whale, that kind of thing, then you can
No, what's sperm
melt
whale?
the
Whale shark, whale shark.
whale shark. Sorry, not sperm whale. I got a whale correct. Anyway,
ask, by all means, if you're interested on coming on any of our trips, whatever type they are, there's a Telegram group that you can join
Yes.
where it's all listed. And you can
Or
ask any one of us for more information, or if you'd
want
like to put
do
together
CrossFit
an
exercise,
experience.
you want to clear
Yes.
Zanzibar yams, or
Yes.
it's all there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got all sorts of different activities. And again, whatever it is that you wish. I had a group of ladies who asked me to plan a holiday for them as part of their also 50th, not maybe that was last year. Mine is this year. So to plan, help you plan something, by all means, just ask. And I'd be happy. We'd be happy to. Local activities as well.
Yeah.
Local walks.
Yeah.
Just ask, and we'd be happy to propose something.
Yeah. Okay. So at the end, once again, don't be square. Get out there.
I can never stop laughing at that.
Cici.
Me? You
I-
can't see me, but I can see you.
Yeah. Nice. Sonia,
Guys, get out!
good night and 恭喜
Good
发
night.
财 in advance.
Happy New
Bye.
Year. Have a great 2025.
Yep.